Hey, Spuddies, Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Civilization 6, where we're going to ask the question, and potentially answer it: can a single man conquer the world? Does he have enough patience? Now, we do have to wait for a couple of turns before we can actually declare war on Wilfred, and somehow I got a great artist. I think I conquered a bunch of theater squares. So, coming into Bordeaux, now I can't remember, did I build a neighborhood in this city? No, this city does not have a neighborhood, so it could be worth it for us to build one. This quarry is not a bad place to put it. It would give us a hell of a lot of extra housing in here, so I think we will pop down a neighborhood right there. I'm also going to grab myself the seaport in here. That's going to be 14 gold plus 2 gold for all the sea tiles as well. And I'll grab myself the stock exchange, and then we'll also grab the aquatic center. This city will just churn away, increasing its yields. We've got the stock Accenture, not Accenture, that's a different thing entirely, in Rouen. It has a holy site, an encampment, a commercial hub, and an industrial zone. And so if we think about what we can do with this city to improve my empire, I think this is another city where a neighborhood could go quite far. There's a +6 neighborhood right there. There's actually a few +6s. I'll pop down a +6 neighborhood. They're not bad. Miletos here has completed a commercial hub, so we'll finish repairing the research lab and we'll grab ourselves a market for the trade routes and the gold. Coming into Aduatuca, this is definitely like a city where we need like 3 builders to improve the tiles. Solikamsk will also require a builder or 2. I'll queue those up for fun. We do have jet bombers. I'm going to go ahead and level them up. Tactical maintenance means that the jet bomber will heal every turn after it attacks, no matter what. Getting our beautiful tanks into position across the borders. We do have an alliance with Lataro for another 10 turns. It'll take some time before we can get that to expire. I may kill Leventa here. I don't exactly have a reason to keep them alive, and it makes the journey through this pass a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that city. I'll keep building railroads with my military engineers with the goal of getting a railroad all the way through Leventa, and then ideally through this mountain pass as well. Now, I do have an army up north, and our job was to bombard and kill our enemy, Russia. We just want to finish him off. Keep this city. Thank you very much. Leventa, we will spend some time repairing. I think it's silly that city-states only make one type of district. I mean, I get why, right? Because they have a themed district type that they like to build, but I'm still allowed to have feelings about that. All right, keep upgrading our tank armies. We have bombers that we can rebase even closer to Canada. Disloyal in 9 turns. Let me grab Victor. I'll stick him into Leventa. That'll help with our loyalty. Let's do a quick railroad check. Okay, so our railroad goes all the way to Kazan, but then it falls short of getting to the front line. I will send a couple of engineers up north to try and build a bit of a railroad so that my troops can get onto the railroad faster and therefore join the front line faster. All right, more builders up north, and we have tanks that we can get upgraded. I'll move you up to Kazan. Air unit. I don't think I have a closer city. Well, I guess technically this is closer by like a tile. I sent a spy over to China's capital because I want to get good vision of what they're up to. Okay, increases diplomatic visibility by 2 levels. This is Tokyo. Yeah, keep doing that. There's satellites. We have access to solar farms as well as the moon landing. We've got near future governance. Now, how long do we have before Canada wins the game? Because they're winning a science victory. It's less than 50 turns. So we've got less than 50 turns to kill Canada. We'll be spending 5 of them unable to declare war on him. Tech-wise, we are deep into the late game. We'll grab information warfare. +1 movement is starting in enemy territory. That's quite good. We got a great rider. We don't necessarily care about great riders. We finished the flood barrier in Nantes. I don't remember why we built this here. We're missing some traders. I'm going to tell you instead to just get to work on some modern armor. Ephesus built its food market. Go ahead and grab the research lab plus the temple. Kazan finished its granary. Give me the bank, and Novgorod has finished some repairs. I'll repair the aqueduct and get the food market in there. In terms of governor points, like I don't really see much of a point in plugging in anything there. Tactical maintenance on another aircraft. We're slowly moving our troops up. I suppose we could use our bombers actually to strike Russia. All right, hit up Moscow. That's a wrap up for Moscow. Hit up Pskov. That's a wrap for Pskov. I'm not against killing Buenos Aires. I just don't think it would make conquering Canada easier. The problem is that this is a continental fault line here, which means mountains kind of occupy that zone, making it harder to get through anyway. If we could take out Canada, taking out China will be easier. So many little builder actions that need to be fulfilled every single turn. We are making an absurd amount of builders. Like, our empire is disgustingly improved to a point where it's not necessary anymore to continue to improve it. But I am doing it just because it's fun. And I enjoy the satisfying sort of bonsai tree, Zen garden-like experience. All right, so we have giant death robots now, and we do have the uranium for them. I don't think we have the gold to purchase them. If I pop in here, right, and I look at the gold purchasing cost of a giant death robot, it's 6,000 gold. Very doable in the not too distant future. I'm not sure how long it is until we can declare war. A few more turns. Let's get started on nuclear fusion. I am doing the Manhattan Project, right? Yes, I am. Okay, perfect. The food market in La Rochelle has been completed. Let's build that meeting house. We've got the holy site, encampment, commercial hub, industrial zone, aqueduct. Plus, it has its neighborhood. I'll tell you to crack out 2 extra builders for me. We're in the process of completely rebuilding my land from scratch. My builders cost 400 production each, which is absurd. Laying down some new pins, because we will need more and more builders. We've got a whole empire to plan. And it's times like these, this is where I start to think about the fact that Civ 7 won't have this mechanic anymore. Now, in defense of the game, I'm taking this to an extreme degree. Like, nobody should do this. Not if you're playing the game in a serious capacity, right? This is just me torturing myself for fun. All right, I'm going to get a military engineer into the city. I'm going to put some tunnels around, just generally around. I should be able to bomb Tiver. There we go. So that should be Russia dead. That's another player completely eliminated from the game. That'll get us +5 era score, plus a bunch of grievances with the other players of the game. But that is something I'm totally fine with. So now we're in the process of moving troops to the front line yet again. It's a long and arduous process that, again, should be improved with the addition of some mechanics in Civ 7. And see, this is where I can really see the vision for Civ 7, right? Like, I'm not going to have to manage armies quite in the way that I do here. I could just tell them to go reinforce in this direction. And I think these little changes, I think they're really going to enhance things. In a way, I feel like Civ 7 was kind of built for the kind of player that I am. And in that respect, I'm really excited for it. Like, I'm super excited for it. I need to make more content on Civ 7. I've been dropping the ball. This is the big leagues. And I'm just sitting here playing Civ 6. God damn. What am I doing with my time? God, look at all these plodding and slow tile improvements. Like, it just takes so many clicks. It takes so much brain power to get through a turn. Now, granted, again, I am pushing this to the limit, right? I'm intentionally making it worse and more difficult and more arduous. Like, I'm going out of my way. That's fair. All right, +4 era score for fighting off an emergency. I gain a bunch of diplo favor. It'll get drained. Doesn't matter. Ottawa. I can declare war in 1 to 2 turns. Okay, so I've basically completed the tech tree. You could go for telecommunications and nanotechnology. I'm going to grab predictive systems for the offshore wind farms, plus the +1 production to quarries, oil wells, and oil rigs. All right, let's put another tunnel in. We need to build more railroads. All right, got my first SAM site, or mobile surface to air missile on the way to the front line. They move nice and quick. They're quite nippy. They nip in and around. I need to lay down some more pins, man. We got this on. Like, I know. Listen, what is the point of winning the game? Genuinely, if we don't build a beautiful empire, what's the point of winning the game? Okay? If my empire isn't drop dead, what was it all for? What was it all for? If I didn't build something that is very satisfying, okay? I don't think winning the game is enough anymore. I think you gotta build something with it. You know, you gotta tell a story. This is the story of how France took over the world because Canada didn't laugh at their joke or something, right? And we're trying to race to the stars, and France was like, no, we gotta make this world beautiful. You get back down off your high spaceship there, sir. Also, I loved it that people were like, oh my God, Potato doesn't have iron in his empire. It was episode 1 and I'm like, oh, I don't have, or episode 2 and I was like, oh, I don't have any iron. And people are like, oh my God, to the right of fucking Wrens or whatever. Bro, this is not usable iron. I actually play the game on a level that is so advanced that I make people who can't think like me look smart. That's how high level. Like, when am I going to get that iron? Bro, I'm not going to get it at a reason. It's all about when you can get it. For all intents and purposes, that iron is not inside my empire, okay? It's a third ring iron, okay? That's not inside my empire. Goddamn morons. Right, let's declare war, territorial expansion. Canada must fall. Now, Canada will be the hardest target that we fought so far. They actually have a pretty decent military strength. They also have jet fighters, a bunch of giant death robots. Now, if I grab a modern armor here and pit it up against that giant death robot, you can see here, that thing is tanky, even with the +6 intel. The fascist legacy, the great general bonus, the dread automatons are just scary. Now, if I were to shoot him with a rocket artillery, we still don't even do that much. Even bombing it, I think bombing is the traditionally been the only way you can really deal with a giant death robot. But ideally, you do it with a jet fighter, not a jet bomber. But it is jet bomber time. So Brantford is the first city. And if we could take Brantford, that pretty much secures the #1 victory royale. And there's also a lot of potential pillages in here if we wanted to do that. And I'm not against the idea of pillaging. In fact, I'm a huge fan of pillaging. But I do want to take the city. I need a governor for that. I'll grab Moksha. It's fine. Jump into Brantford for me, good sir. Give me the loyalty. Need to take out Hamilton, Ottawa, all this stuff. Let's start hitting that. Kill what we can. There's a nice big old kill. Move the tanks in as deep as we can get them. Expecting some pretty painful reprisal, but it'll be fine. I love that I can build railroads inside other people's empires. It's one of my favorite things about Civ. Civ 6 is it's like, oh my god, we're being invading. Sir, they're building railroads inside our cities. Are they invading us to improve our economy? What is happening? It's like you just invade someone and then like leave after you've built them a railroad. Economic imperialism. We will improve your economy forcibly. I do love a little bit of economic imperialism. It's like, you guys got a real nice country, but I'm coming in there. I'm going to make you some Fortune 500 companies. All right, let's see. What is shaken out? What is shaken up? What is shaken down? Oh my god, we got so many units pumping in through here. All right, so we managed to get integrated attack logistics. Don't really care about global warming mitigation. Don't need global coalition. I don't really need anything there. Integrated attack logistics is nice. Do I want a giant death robot? No, I think what I would prefer to get actually is to buy a jet fighter. So I'll get 2 jet fighters. Jet fighters have a much easier time fighting giant death robots than other things do. And then I'll just research some of these random ass texts that I never got. Like, democracy. Who needs democracy? You know, are you democking me? All right, I'm going to stop building things. Well, except for nukes next turn. But yeah, I'll start queuing up nukes because nukes plus a giant death robot is a very powerful combo. So once I have a significantly larger supply of uranium, which I will after the battle in Canada, I'll have a much easier time sustaining both a giant death robot and a constantly growing nuke supply. So many builders I've got to manage. To be fair, I'm hoisted by my own builder here because I made the decision to make this many. So is there really anyone to blame but myself? Okay, yeah, we're gonna lose some units to these giant death robots. They're scary. But we did just eat into Canada's uranium supply by killing these two the city I took. It had two copies of uranium in it. So if we take a quick look, can't make peace for 10 turns, so I can't see his strategic resource supplies. But this guy in here, we need to get kills. All right, so jet fighters, unfortunately, have a pretty limited range, but you can deploy them really far forward. If I deploy my jet fighters here, they have a decent attack range. They might be able to assist the next turn. I need to kill the giant death robot. That's one giant death robot dead. I've got a good flank on that GDR. We'll take a very slow and careful approach to handling them. I probably need my own one to properly be able to handle, which will require a significant amount of gold pillaging. So I'll get my tanks into position for that specific thing next turn. We finished the Manhattan project so we can start building nuclear devices in our cities. I don't think there's a point in doing Operation Ivy. The big nukes aren't necessary. 16 turns for a nuclear device is too long. 10 turns or less is a lot more manageable. And it'll take a little bit of time to get things up and running. Okay, tactical maintenance allows them to heal after attacking. Attack that to level up. Would love the extra range, just don't have it just yet, sadly. It's time for all the builder improvements to go through. I mean, here's the thing. I have completely resurfaced this empire exceptionally quickly. Now, it took a lot of actions. It took a lot of production, but I think the return on investment is always incredible. Mostly in how the empire looks, like how satisfying it is. By being able to use the pins map mod, it means I don't have to remember anything. Oh, it's a stalemate here. Okay, so we've actually softened him up and we have a huge flanking bonus, plus 10 flanking bonus. So that's 2 giant death robots we killed in 1 turn. Now that's a victory. Now I still see at least 3 giant death robots out there. Bradford just got slammed. And we are losing some modern armors to combat. Although actually, surprisingly, he survived. Damn! All right, I'm impressed. But I'm getting kind of chills, like this kind of like late game fight. Like imagine just waves of men and tanks and, rocket artillery. Like I want you to imagine the visuals of just, you know what? You don't have to imagine it. You know what's beautiful? I'm gonna disable quick combat, right? The rare late game quick combat disable. Here we go. Rockets deployed. Oh my God, that rocket went into the universe. That was like an ICBM. Did you see that? Am I crazy? All right, here we go. This will be a slower one. Oh my God! Like just imagine giant robot with multiple rocket systems just raining down upon it. Like even think about my jet fighters here. like a giant death robot being strafed and shooting back from a jet fighter. You know what I mean? And like, there's just like, I want you to really think about that and how sick it would be. Now, unfortunately, I'll have to go ahead and take attacks on things that I haven't. I don't think these guys have the auto repair. So I'm going to be looking to make attacks on things that don't shoot back. And the purpose is to make my ships, my flying dudes. I mean, they're trying to shoot back. Oh yeah, get jet bombed. Anyway, the point is that I want you to just imagine the unholy number of rockets and bombs and everything else that's just being fired at these giant death robots. Okay, we've got a decent surround. I would like to hit him with another rocket arty if I could, just to soften him up. Boom. Giant death robot defeated. So I think that's the third or fourth. I don't remember. You're here with a pillage. That's why I had these guys set up. It was so I could buy my own giant death robot in Brantford. Now, their giant death robot's a little bit stronger than mine. It's worth bearing in mind. They probably have all the techs that boost them. They are producing the Lagrange laser stations. I need to get on top of their spaceports and pillage them. Plus 10 giant death robot combat strength. Perfect. Right, we'll go for smart materials. Anti-air defense for the giant death robot. Pillage. Go there. Pillage. Go there. Need to get their spaceports and blow them up. Also need to kill their units. Giant death robots without supporting units are kind of sitting ducks. And we also need to make sure we have a solid front line in front of our artillery. Because the advantage of the artillery is that they can do damage without being damaged. That is actually surprisingly important. I'm going to move this bomber up to Tiver and then this one over to Moscow just so we get a little bit better range. Struggling to get the range we need. Now it's time to go back to doing all the construction we were doing. Why, yes, sir. I will build on my mountains and punch my microphone with my hand to annoy my editors. It's one of my favorite activities. I'm improving my lands. There is just something extra satisfying. I really do think the pin system is one of the best parts of Civ. And I think planning tools just... I think it makes the game better. I think it genuinely means that I can think about, okay, what is my actual plan? What do I want to do? What do I want to do with my tiles, you know? And being able to take notes on the actual game board is just so satisfying. Oh yeah, improve those tiles. Get in there. And the best way to tell where my lumber mills are is through the appeal map mode. But the other way is, if I type in lumber mill here, or if I just type woods, okay? Now woods, I've built woods on every single tile I possibly can, more or less. So you can see all those woods, they were planted by me. That's all, like, that is a ridiculous, consider each one of those took 2 build actions, right? And we're only like, look how dense the woods are here. And then as you get to the newly conquered lands, there's only like a little bit of woods as we start to get things up and running. Builders aren't even finished yet. You always be playing for the late game. Now, I'm gonna lose some units here. We're going to get attacked. That's okay. It's all part of the plan. Remember, everything that happens is part of the plan because we have developed a system that does not care what our enemies do. That is the most important thing, is that you should never put yourself in a position where you're dependent on your enemy's actions. You should always have victory be assured. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's probably like a Sun Tzu quote. It's like, never give your enemy, you know, a route to victory. Like, don't act unless you have certainty. And that's exactly, like, okay, sometimes you gotta gamble, right? But that's not today. Today we are not gambling. Today we are playing with certainty only, that our victory will be assured. I will bomb this giant death robot. I think it's always worth it to bomb them when you can. My jet fighters can't reach anything, so I'll just put them asleep for now. I guess I'll claim you, that's cool. I got a builder in Mycenae. You can build me a nuclear device, that's exciting. Sparta got a couple of builders. Can you build me nuclear devices? You can, excellent. Pharsalos, you got me a harbor, very cool. Lighthouse is next. Corinth can build nuclear devices. And see, because I've built up this productivity, my ability to produce nuclear devices is going to be unmatched. Literally, the limiting factor is how much uranium can I refine. And that's how you want to be. You want to be able to make like so much nuclear that there's literally nothing anyone can do about it. Now you have tactical maintenance. Let's bomb this GDR once again. Now I wonder if a supply convoy makes a tactical maintenance jet bomber heal faster. It's kind of an interesting question. Build a railroad there. Still in the process of railroading things. Try and make the land more accessible, make movement easier. All right, bomb the giant death robot. Take him out with a tank. Perfect. That's another giant death robot down. Pillage there for health. Beautiful. And Keep on pillaging for the good money. Make sure we're killing enemy units. His victory, he's still traveling 1 light year per turn. And he's just trying to build as many giant death robots as he can. It's understandable. But with that death, we can now be a lot more aggressive in our push and move rocket artillery up into sort of deeper positions. We also have our own giant death robot that can shoot a little bit. Can't do a whole lot of damage right now. It's not a particularly effective unit as it currently stands. We can do a little bit. All right, we're still pillaging and we're still doing other things like pillaging. Builder time. Builder time. Park you into that campus, getting a nice boost to tourism. It'd be really funny if I won a culture victory by accident, because I don't think I've ever won a culture victory by accident, but most people who play on like lower difficulties tell me it happens to them all the time. Like, oh, I always win a culture victory by accident, and it's like the game comes to an end. Also, there's kind of an interesting question of like the end of a Civ 7 game. I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that. All right, one of my rocket... Oh, damn. Okay, we took a lot of damage. However, this is a very unique opportunity because they captured Brantford. That giant death robot is actually vulnerable to a very efficient attack, which is where we can attack the city. And because our rocket artilleries are actually quite effective against cities, we can blow up the city pretty easily and actually get a kill on a giant death robot. Now, we need to deal with some more giant death robots. You've also taken a hell of a lot of damage, so I'm going to pull you back to a safe distance. All right, let's bomb Quebec City because it's a safe attack. You have tactical maintenance, so Quebec City is the place to bomb. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You're at full health, so you could take on a... GDR. Oh, look at that damage. Insufficient uranium. Huge. Minus 18 uranium. Minus 18 combat strength from a lack of uranium. That's big for us. Definitely could use more railroad. And we have an even better tunnel now for reinforcements. Although we don't actually have that many reinforcements kind of on the way. Okay, what happens if you two slam Quebec? Do you get it down to enough to where I think maybe one more tank attack and maybe the giant death robot could take it? Boom. Quebec City is mine. Let me grab a... I need to grab a... I can't think of the name. Governor. Oh my god. I could not think of the word for governor. Okay, so we got smart materials. Our giant death robots are more defensive. Particle beam siege cannon will make attacks against cities more effective. Or mobility. I think I'll go for the advanced power cells. Also got a great musician. Not that we have much use for that. A bank. Let's grab that stock exchange. Okay, shopping malls. Food markets, please. That's what we need. You got yourself a food market in Novgorod. Make me some builders. I may need to spam new units. Although I think once I have nukes... future wars should get a lot easier. Sure enough, like Lautaro, like we've already killed half of his military strength. How much can he really do? Famous last words. I may need to start building more military. I thought I could coast through with this amount so that I didn't have to micro quite as much. I'll plug in liberalism, +1 amenity to all cities with 2 districts. That's kind of nice. Now, do we want to bomb Hamilton? I think we take out the giant death robots here because they're the biggest obstacles to our victory. So if we take them out, the whole thing becomes easier. And then we just want to pillage like crazy. All of these delicious, delicious tiles getting improved. We're pretty much done over here in this sector. Although I see a couple, well, that's a volcano tile. All right, we've handled all of our builders. You take a promotion. That is that for this turn, more or less. Once we have nukes, the follow-up wars will be a lot easier. It's just this war with Canada is like forced to happen at a certain time scale because of their craziness and the fact that they're already winning a science victory. So we have to basically eliminate Canada just to not lose the game. Okay, there's digital democracy. We don't necessarily want digital democracy. I'll renew this. I'm going to rebase a jet fighter into Quebec City. Bag of cum. We got ourselves a bag of cum. Going once, going twice, bag of cum. We got bag of cum in our empire now, which is based and red pilled. Love it. Make the finest cities. Tactical maintenance on my aircraft. We love it. Somehow they got some uranium, possibly from me killing them. That's okay. Let's take the grape shot. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rocket arty attacks. You go ahead and take your route promotion. I'll go slam the enemy giant death robot. This tank army should fall pretty easily. You pillage. All right, nice. I'll use my bombers on some of these edge cities. I'm pretty sure we'll have to 100% kill Canada to actually win the game. Let me rebase a fighter to Brantford. In Novgorod, I will purchase... Oh, not this one. Which city has that? There we go. I'll buy a modern armor there. Costs about as much as a giant death robot, but without the strategic penalty. Well, I say strategic penalty, without the strategic cost. That's what I mean. So slamming cities doesn't make sense. We need to make attacks that have no consequences, ideally. Novgorod does have... This rocket artillery is 6k. All right, we would need that to be cheaper. Is Nagaz Gargamu in this game? No, just Granada. Nukes will make our lives a lot easier, honestly. Also, I don't understand why you can't farm the tundra. That's one of my biggest worries for Civ 7 is the fact that they're making you're able to build like farms on desert and stuff. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm worried about it. I do make 1,600 tourism, which is insane, but I don't think it's insane enough to win a tourism victory. Like if I check the culture victory, like China is way closer. But there's advanced power cells, so our giant death robots are more effective at shooting things. We also got synthetic technocracy, which we don't need. My spy in Ottawa will create a listening post. All right, we're bombing Montreal. Now, where did I buy that tank? It was over here. Bomb what we can reach with our bombers. All right, it's a giant death robot that escaped the city. I'd love to set up a couple of airstrips over here, and I will. Okay, they're out of uranium again, so let's bomb this guy. That's him dead now. We'll use the remaining bombers. Oh, you have a level up. Take forward observers. Love getting extra range. I feel like I'm losing artillery. Blast Hamilton. And by Blast Hamilton, I mean I'll leave a bad review for the play. Let's grab Magnus into Hamilton for loyalty. Beautiful. Next tech that I want is cybernetics. I want my giant death robot to be able to move around faster. It gives it +3 movement. Very nice. We can also claim a new grace person. Don't care about that. I have not yet finished a nuclear device. I'm in the process of building them basically everywhere I can. The vast majority of my empire is now dedicated to the creation of nuclear weapons. Of course, I'm a huge monster for using them. Yada, yada, yada. Note to the world, never put me in charge of a nuclear arsenal. I'll first strike a man. If you step up on me, I'm pressing that red button. Oh, what's that? You tried to annex, like, you tried to annex Kerry? Boom, you're nuked. You're done. Well, maybe I would let them have Kerry. I definitely wouldn't let them have Cork, mostly because that's what Cork wants, and a Cork man getting what he wants just doesn't sit well with me as a Dubliner. Oh, yes. We can begin. We will gently bomb Ottawa. And by gently bomb, I mean we're not going to go all out on it just yet. But it's not like I'm sending them rose petals. Okay, we got an airstrip. Now, that can house 3 aircraft. So if I have an aircraft that needs to be rebased, I can pop them right over there. I'll create a screening battalion of tanks. That's screen with an N, not an M. I don't want my tanks to be yelling. Although, I imagine that would be quite intimidating. All right, we pillaged a bunch of money from them. I could buy an extra set of tanks. I think what I will do is I'll pop it to Novgorod and I will buy another rocket arty. And soon, once I start getting nukes, I'll want to start buying a second giant death robot. Because giant death robots are immune to the bad stuff. The nuclear fallout, as it were. Okay, first nuclear device is completed. Let's queue up another one. Built a builder up in Avarkam. Keep making more of those. Lighthouse, get the shipyard. We got the food market in Tula. Get me some builders. We got some land that we got to reclaim here. First nukes are ready. I don't plan on using them just yet. There's tactical maintenance. Tactical maintenance is fantastic because it means you can go on safe bombing missions, still getting damage on your enemy without having to risk having a bad day. Okay, that's a bad defeat because those two guys are standing next to each other. Hold on. Push these tanks forward a little. You have a promotion. Boom. I need this so that you can shoot. There we go. That's one giant death robot down. So you should be able to bomb this guy without dying now. And you have tactical maintenance, so you'll heal next turn. I should have a bomber here who can bomb that guy. And then quick kill. Okay, another giant death robot has fallen. I don't know why you're building nuclear submarines here. I'm not going to question it. I just don't understand. Okay, they are getting pretty far along there, but I think we've got this in the bag. Now, of course, these are famous last words. You should never curse yourself by saying that out loud, but I'm feeling lucky. I'm up all night to feel lucky. Oh, shit, a missile silo. Now, people will hate me if I do this. Let's not say we did. I'm up all night to get lucky. I'm up all night to get lucky. Let me tell you, if you're not up all night to get lucky, I don't know what you're doing with your time. All right, we'll bomb Toronto. I'm going to kill Canada traditionally, but I will reserve the nukes for the ultra assault on the other cities. Let's take out Guelph. It's like someone saying 12 wrong in German. Guelph. 12. Also, I just want to say, it's kind of weird how fascism always gets the war bonuses, considering they've lost all of their wars. You know what I'm saying? It should be like +1 combat strength for the first 5 turns of war, and then democracy just plus 100 combat strength. We love democracy in this channel. Okay? Authoritarians, get the out of here. You're not welcome. Unless you solely endorse me as an authoritarian autocrat, then we can talk. But if you're willing to let anyone else be an authoritarian, nah, buddy. The only person I trust to be an authoritarian is myself. Dude, I would make so many walkable neighborhoods. Your legs would be like toned. Okay? Wherever you lived, everyone would have toned legs. I'm just voting everything down because that's the kind of guy I am. I voted all down. Voted all down. Just do a little downvote. Oh, Lautaro has stabbed me in the back. A disgusting display of cowardice. But it doesn't mean I can now put my spies inside his territory. So I had a couple of spies over here that I had chilling. Nugulu mapu mapu mulem. Margulu mapu mapu amina papa yatu yatulie. Gina lakwele tukuswe. Utupe tutupe. Milelele. I only know certain parts of the song, but I do know how the song made me feel. Okay. I need you to do commercial hub investments and make me as much money as humanly possible. Ephesus built a nuclear device. Make me as much money as humanly possible. Repair your outer defenses. And then commercial hubs. I just want to have lots of money. I don't want to have to micromanage production queues anymore. He said, and then instantly goes on to micromanage more builders. Can this man be trusted to say anything? Well, he can be trusted to say anything. It's just questionable as to whether you should believe him or not. Oh yeah, 2 cities. No! I was about to say I got 2 cities. Baba yatu yatu liye bingun yatu yatu amina baba yatu yatu liye. Baba yas queen. Baba yas queen. Baba yas queen do 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 do. Double attacking Winnipeg with my tanks because it's hilarious. Just slam that city. Just go for it. Just don't even... No breaks. Just go. Get him. Winnipeg is down. We need to take out Vancouver, Charlottetown, and Halifax. I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier. The last about its privateers. The last about its private parts. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier. The last about its privateers. I bet you being a privateer was as cool as hell, dude. I bet you every time you came into port and you're like, hey, guess what, lady? That's right. I raid shipping lanes. And I tell the Japanese about Portuguese secret bases in Macau. I've been watching a little Shogun. Yeah, I've been watching a little Shogun. What of it? You're gonna sue me for being a Shogun guy? No, fair enough. Like, I mean, probably would win that lawsuit. No, don't nuke. Don't nuke for no reason. Okay, just don't do it for no reason. Do it for a good reason. I wanna. Every time I see Canadian City, I just think of how good it would look if we just put a little bit of nuke there. Not a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot of nuke. Just a little. I'm sure this is how every American, I don't know, who hates Canada? Who actually hates Canada? That's a question. Like, why would you hate Canada? What did Canada ever do? Well, I guess the question is, what did Canada not do? Am I right? You know who's getting nuked? That's right. I figured it out. Ngulu Mapu fires a missile. Ooh! Yeah, fire that thing. Woo! Nuclear missile on that thing. Get owned, loser. You know what? Let's do some more of that. Pecan Mapu. Yeah. Bathe them in fire. Fire. Fires the missiles. Let's get real close to this one. Oh! Huilimapu. Fire. One more, baby. Let's go. Rocket re-entering. That's what we call a first strike policy. Let's grab Nagamapu, and then we're going to buy a builder in here to clear this, clean the swamp. Oh dang, I have a jet bomber. I love this. With one hand, I fire the missiles. With the other hand, I increase revenue for shareholders. I love our shareholders. I'm the only shareholder. I love me. I'm going to become a goddamn... You know what? Put me in charge of Civ. I bet I'd do a great job. Put him in, coach. Tag me the fuck in. I'll be the Civ guy. I promise you, I'll make an awesome Civ game, okay? It'll be called Blid Blyer's Blibblation. And it'll be the game that you all wished you wanted. But it'll just be bad. You wished you wanted it. but it won't be good. It's the problem with kids these days. I love how like you could pretty much say anything after that sentence. It's like, yeah, that's the problem with kids these days. Too many smartphones. It's like people are like, yeah, that's probably true. You could just say literally anything after that. You know what the problem with kids these days is? Skibbity toilet. What? The fuck did you just say? Exodus imperative. Don't care. Don't care. Didn't ask. Plus you're an AI. Skibbity dibbly dibble, skibbity diddly diddly diddly, skibbity dibbity dibbity dib, skibbity dib. I've got dib on being skibbity. I've got dibs on being skibbidoo, skibbidoop, skibbidibbidoop doop doop doop, skibbidibbidoop doop, skibbidibbidibbidibbidibbidib, skibbidibbidibbidib. Well, I'm a skib man, skibbidibidoop boop boop boop. I'm gonna research advanced AI for the drone air defense for the giant death robot. I also, oh my god, why am I still building builders? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? I guess I just like the misery. I like the suffering. You're too slow at building nuclear device. Give me a seaport and an aquatic center. Keep yourself busy, brother. What are you doing in here? Give me more nukes. You got me a stock exchange? Why? Who asked for this? It was me. I'm the one who asked. I am the asker. I'm the one who asks. Okay, let me bomb Montreal once to guarantee the kill, and then we'll bomb Calgary just because it's Calgary. It's actually not part of our strategic plans. Apology to Calgarians for you having to live in that city. Don't worry, we'll help. All right, I've promoted you guys. We are ready to take Ottawa. Yeah, we'll lose the intel from the spy being established, but does that matter when we've already won the war? I don't really think so. That's Canada's capital dead. We need to knock them off the list, I'm pretty sure. Keep this city. Build some random crap. Build some random crap. Oh yeah. Skibbidibbideep deep deep deep. Skibbidibbidoop doop doop doop. I'm a skib man. Skibbidibbidoop doop doop doop. Ooh, colonial taxes. Skibbidibbideep up up da up up da 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 up. Skibbidibbideep up up da up. I'm a skib man. Skibbidibbidoop doop doop doop. Skibbidibbidoop boop. My brain has been ruined by the internet. I think my brain is just ruined by whatever the latest thing that I put into it was. Same way your mom gets obsessed with me the last time I've been in her. All right, let's take out Calgary. Boom. Calgary is dead. Keep that city. Your mom likes Calgary, which is honestly the biggest insult that is possible. Okay, clear contamination. We cleared out the contamination. We need to spend a little bit of time healing. I need more tanks to come down here. I need to grab Huli Mapu with this tank. Get it. Get it. Yeah. I can't get a engineer in that city yet, but we can get them there and then we'll be able to clear that next turn. Ngulu Mapu. What a wonderful phrase. Kill that city until the end of your days. Reposition a bomber to get division. Oh, bring an engineer in range of that Pekin Mapu. All right, so first turn of the war with this loser, we captured 4 of his cities, plus one of which is his capital. Easy clap. I'm nuking the world. Oh yeah. All right, I need a vision of Vancouver. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-dum-boo. Skatoony matatum. Skibbity-doo. All right, we're bombing Vancouver. Have a giant death robot. Can we take it this turn? Yes, we can. Yeah, the world falls quickly. Once you get a little bit of a taste of that violence, it starts to become real hard not to use it. You know, here's the thing. Getting your way is addictive. That is something we need to learn about ourselves as people, okay? Like, getting your own way is super addictive. That's why, even if your kid wants completely reasonable things, sometimes you gotta just not let them have their own way, okay? Because we all need to learn how to deal with not getting our way. And you can tell who the people are that always got their way, okay, based on how they act. And listen, you could sit here and tell me that I can't tell, but every one of us is going to tell you we can tell. And you know what else? If you can't tell, it means you're that guy. That's the important, like, that's why authoritarianism is bad, okay? Is that you can't just let people get their way. Now, similarly, right? So like in Ireland, we got a pretty bad system at the moment because we got people. Wait, I gotta find a I got a field cannon upgraded to a machine gun so my city bombards are better. Now the big problem is, right? There's a lot of people who are exploiting like the planning and the justice and the system for how, like, you know, the planning system, and they're exploiting it to basically putting in complaints against developments. Like politicians are doing this, right? and then being like, okay, well, I guess like, I'll withdraw my complaint if you do 10,000 euro worth of improvements to my home to compensate me for the potential losses of your development. And like, you can't have a planning system that is beholden to that kind of behavior. You can't do it, okay? That's people getting their own way. It's people exploiting the system. No, that's the society I would create. A society where nobody gets their way, okay? Everybody is just a little miserable, just a little, not like overwhelming, like, oh God, please, Jesus. It's just like, it's like, yeah, you didn't get your way, but you got something okay, right? That's the motto. That would be the motto of my government. Yeah, you're not getting your way, but you're going to be happy. And the problem, like, I genuinely think about this, right? How many of you have been dealing with a kid? I think even, what was that deaf? The girl who couldn't talk. She was like the combination of all the disabilities. She won like the disability loot box, and she wasn't able to do any of it. Oh my God, I'm completely blanking on this woman's name that we learned about her in school. I cannot think of her name. Every time I think of her, every time I try and think of this lady, I think of Anne Frank. I know it's not Anne Frank. I know she was the girl in the attic during the war, okay? I know that. The problem is, every time I try and think of the girl who couldn't talk, hear, or see, I think of fucking Anne Frank. But it's so annoying because I know that's wrong. But I learned about them at about the same time in my life. And so I learned about the war. I learned about Anne Frank and this Helen Keller. Oh my God, why was that so hard to remember? I think this is literally, comment down below. I don't think this is the first time I've done this in a YouTube video, never mind in my life, okay? I've literally had this, I know I've had this conversation with you guys before. I know I have. I know I've sat here in this, probably not this chair, maybe the same chair. I buy the same chair. Or rather, let me scale back on that. I bought the same chair twice. That's how you know it's a good chair. Steelcase Leap V2. Well, I bought the V1 the first time. Now I got the V2. Listen, cut a long story short, okay? This is this fucking great chair. Anne Frank shouldn't have got away. No, Helen Keller wasn't allowed to get her way. God damn it. And the reason is because if you give people their way, okay, they're not happy about it. Okay? Now that them getting their way becomes the new normal. And so no, you don't get your way. You got to convince me to give you your way every goddamn time because I know what people are like. I know if I give you what you want right now, you're going to come back to me. Right? This is why God doesn't come down and fix our problems. Do you know why? Because he would do it once and he'd be back again the next week. Like, Jesus Christ, you guys are so demanding. This is why I couldn't be the emperor of the universe, right? Because if I was handling everyone's problems, I'd be like, all right, listen guys, I solved all the problems. Some fucking dumb fuck movement would be like, hey, we are basing our opinion on this totally outdated piece of information, this fact that like is totally fake and like spurious and bullshit. And we would like to completely tear down society in the light of learning this completely fake and spurious fact. And I would have to come back down and I have to fix everything again and explain to everyone, no, that thing that you believe isn't true. Okay, just FYI, get your head in the game. Rest of us are out here busting ass, trying to make democracy work. And you're out here eating your own poop. Get it together, Republicans. No. Here's the thing. We love Republicans. We love Republicans in this channel, okay? I just thought it was a funny joke. It's a really funny joke, okay? Don't eat me alive in the comments with politics, okay? It was a good joke, okay? I could have said Democrats, and the other half of you would have laughed. In fact, here, Democrats. There. Now just imagine I said it for whichever one you agree with, okay? I'm the people's man. I'm the man's people. Ooh, that had like a ring to it. I'm the man's people. Who? The man's people. I'm the man's people. You're the man's people? What are the man's people? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. But I only ask questions that I want the answer to. How could I ask a question if I don't want the answer? That doesn't make any sense. Exactly. Think about it. What? Are you having a conversation with yourself right now, Potato? Yes. All right. Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot their freaking heads off. I need a machine gun in this city to defend it. God, get the frick out of here. Goddamn garlic nest monster. Need to bomb Tokyo. I'm gonna bomb Tokyo. Ho 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 ho. I'm gonna bomb. Boop, boop, boop. You ever bomb a city? Yeah, no, me neither. Was just asking. Nah, I don't spend all my time in Authoritarian Simulator, the musical. Ooh, God, I have such good ideas sometimes. Imagine like Authoritarianism, the musical, right? You've got like Stalin, Brother H. I don't want to say his name because for some reason YouTube's being weird. When I say people's names, now it like appears beneath the video. Like Diplo. Who is Diplo? It was some rapper. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get some Diplo favor. Like I'm currying favor. I think he was Australian or something. Like who the f is Diplo? And why is he linked in the bottom of my videos now? Just because I say Diplo favor. Listen, you can understand where I'm coming from, I hope. No, my little submarine. No peace, only war. All right, how many nukes have we got? We should be finishing some soon, right? Trying to think what do we got? Great artist, I sleep. All right, stock exchange in Calais, nope. Oh, that's a very slow nuclear bomb, actually. Tell you what, focus on gold, thank you. Get me that aquatic center. We built a nuclear device in Mycenate. Let's grab another one. We built a nuclear device in Sparta. We don't have enough money for another one. Why don't you instead build me a modern armor? Adwatuka. I need to repair my walls in some of these cities. I'm wondering if the Gaul will piece me out now. 7 turns. They joined an emergency, which is honestly just a bad. I don't remember them blowing this up. Whatever. This is a bad idea on their behalf. I swear to God. I swear to God, I will bomb your cities into the late classical age. Not the Stone Age, because that's a little too far back, okay? But late classical, maybe early medieval. God, what a concept though. You bomb someone so much that nothing remains of their civilization. Like no technological advancements beyond sticks and stones remains. Like conceptually, that is just insane. Let's get our giant death robot beside Halifax. Okay, Halifax should be clear for a nuke. Halifax is clear for a nuke. I repeat, nuking Halifax. Commence bombing mission. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum. And then we can just grab the city real quick. A melee attack. Thank you. Halifax is mine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks on Toronto. He belongs to me now. 0 light years per turn on the exoplanet expedition because he has no spaceports. You have to have a spaceport to actually make victory progress. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them with my military. Okay, Charlottetown. All right, we'll shoot this tank. Boom. I'll use my bombers on these. Okay, I'm going back to building military because I'm seeing a decrease in the rate of expansion, a decrease in the rate of ass kicking. I'm going to rebase some fighters back to Kazan to fight off this invasion. Where was my other fighter? Why can't I remember? He was deployed over here. And we'll deploy you in Novgorod. Drone. Okay. Need to get our tanks down south. Need to have at least 1 tank over here for Victoria. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier. Forward observers, +1 range. We're here. Good stuff. We killed another enemy. I like to Tula. America. 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 Fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way, yeah. I love America. You guys are the best. Okay, a lot of countries call themselves the best. Okay, now America's got problems, all right, but America is the best, all right? Listen, all those other countries, they're just pretending they're as good as you. Now, America doesn't mean I want to live there, okay? But you guys are definitely the best at having a military. You got the most money. You're the best at a lot of things. And you know what? You guys got to be given a lot of credit for that because I don't think my country is as safe without you guys. I love America, right? I love you guys. Just, I wish you guys would read more. Just read a little bit more, maybe update a few of your belief systems. Just like, just a few little changes. That's all I would do. But otherwise, America, 10 out of 10 country. All right, I'm gonna blow up Charlottetown. All I ask is just make it so that my statement doesn't age poorly, okay? Just do me that favor, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got another Canadian city. Because I don't want to have to explain to someone that's like, oh, you said in blah, blah, blah of this month that you loved America. And I don't have to explain to them. It's like, listen, dude, the America I was talking about then, not the same people. Okay, that was a different guy. Just don't make me have to have that conversation with someone because I think I'd lose a little bit of hope. Okay, Victoria's coming down with the sickness. The tank sickness. How many nukes do I got? I got enough. I need to find a bomber. There you go, bomber. Let me rebase this bomber to Charlottetown. I'm going to nuke Shendu and snipe it. I'm going to grab Amani and park her into Nagulu Mapu. Boo da boo doo boo. And then I want to get a bomber in there too. And I want to see if I can do the sneaky capital snipe. Okay, I'll research seasteads. Got nuclear device, get me another one. You got me a nuclear device, get me a modern armor. Perfect. A Duatuka. Repaired your outer defenses. Shoot this guy. I don't even know what the objective is for my enemies here. And frankly, again, I don't care. I'm unstoppable. And I don't mean in the... I don't even know who sang that song. You're unstoppable. God damn it. Get the fuck out of here. AI and harassing your builders. Name a more iconic duo. I've got like all my tanks heading over here. It's going to be way harder to get the Japanese capital snipe off. So I'll need a bunch of units to just rush towards Tokyo for when we nuke it from Nagulumapu. I am relatively optimistic about our opportunity to cap snipe him. It should be able to go ahead without too much issue. All right, let's see if we can make it happen. All right, nobody else is winning. China's not winning. I'm close to a domination victory. Okay, nuke 1. We hit Chengdu. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Get destroyed, China. Now, Japan. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before. I don't remember the lyrics. Deja vu, I've just been in this... I don't know. Look, we're nuking people, okay? Mission accomplished. But we won't be able to capture the city until next turn. I have my GDR in position. I'm going to capture Chengdu. That is the second last capital that I need. All I got to do now, keep that city, hit Shift-Enter to force the turn to end. I'm not going to bother with any more actions. As long as this giant death robot survives the turn rollover, we have achieved a victory. Boom. Victory achieved. Thank you very much. I am king. I am the best. I'm the most wonderful, amazing, beautiful Civ player on Earth. You can't deny it. Don't even try. It's a magical day for Civ players. We won a game of Civ. I mean, was there any doubt? Who didn't doubt? Who didn't doubt from day one? From day one of this series. Who knew I could pull it out? Who knew I could win this game? Right? Because every single one of you doubters, we were wrong, okay? The haters were wrong. Look at this. Remember when I lost my capital city at this part of the game? And then remember when I won the game over here? This is what we call perseverance. Look at that explosive late game. Okay, I want to show you, not my gold, sorry. I want to show you my culture, okay? I was languishing. Bottom culture, and then I attacked Greece. Boom. Look at my science. Languishing. Boom. Top science. Units killed. God, I was fighting for a very long time. Units lost? I probably lost a decent amount. Look at this. Wars declared. I didn't even declare the most wars. Greece did. All the good it did them. Even my player score was trash. Okay, up until the very end. My buildings, look at this. Buildings constructed. Bro, I didn't even really build a building until turn like 110. And you're going to tell me I'm not the best goddamn player in the world. You're going to tell me? I mean, you're probably right. I'm not that good. I didn't even, look, I didn't earn a great person until 150 turns into the game. That's wild. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Just one turn this. Turn off the camera and just have a little glance at this beautiful, glorious empire. Remember what we built. We built something beautiful, something magical, something amazing. That's going to be it for me. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!